And just like that, the final episode of the recording session has begun. Welcome back to Resonance of Fate. I'm your host, MegaShadowFist, the second video game, second commentary. When we last left off, we got parted from Leanne, so now we're going to have to go through this with just the two of us again. Although, if that entry room was anything to go by, this next room shouldn't be too bad. Maybe? Knock on wood. I feel like there's gonna be like some like you wait. Okay, so there's we don't even have to go through this room if we don't want to. Okay, so there's like a level 37 security guard, but aside from that, everyone else is like level 19 and stuff. Okay, so this shouldn't be too bad. Okay, so we'll go ahead and do this. Oh, he has a shield. Like he has like a shield, not just like a shield. Like I don't even know if I'm making this. Like he has like a shield. Like the green thing is like a shield too, right? But like he's carrying like an actual shield, which I don't quite understand. Like, what's the point in doing that? I wonder. Alright, we'll do that. Not even bother wasting a Basel. Ow! That did quite a bit of damage, don't you know? Alright, we're gonna go for the... We'll go for you. Yeah, this room... We might end up dying to this room at least once, I think. I want to say we're gonna die to this room at least. Well, I don't want to say that, but the reality of it might be that we might end up dying at least once to this, just because. Okay, so... So long as she... I knew you were gonna do that. I knew you were gonna do that! Alright. Whatever. It's no big deal. Let's see, what are we gonna do? Like, cause, like, we have, like, a straight-up kill shot on this lady. Like, if we can just... Or is this a guy? Well, the two other people are ladies. This guy... This is a guy. Okay, he's carrying a shield and everything. Yeah. We should probably retry. Okay, let's see. Let's see here. Security officer, MG... Maybe it might be better to take out the small fries, right? We'll do like the Gattuso. Thing. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, relatively recently, I've been going to like tvtropes.com quite a bit. Actually, well, it's a website that I had heard of before, but I've been going on it quite a bit relatively recently because, well, basically, like, I tweeted out to somebody, and I used the term plot armor, which they hadn't quite heard of before, which that in and of itself isn't that big of an issue, because I actually hadn't heard of the term plot armor until about a year ago myself. Maybe a little over a year ago at this point. But, they seem so confused by it, even though I think that that's one of those terms that's pretty self-explanatory, like, it defines itself, I think. Yeah, but whatever. Anyway, so then instead of like typing out like a full definition with like the limited character limit with the character limit that we have on Twitter, I decided to just like link a full definition. I used the tvtropes.com website definition, and one thing that I found out, and after I linked that, I decided to just look at the definition myself to see how it went, and this is kind of... Oh, actually, go ahead, shoot at Vashyron. I don't care. We'll take away all that shield, buddy. I think 3 should be enough to take away all of his. Never mind. I don't know. Maybe it might be better to do a hero action. No, I've sort of been like, I don't know. We have to be okay. All right with your hero action. Okay, now we're in condition critical, but it's no big deal so long as he doesn't do exactly what I knew he was going to do. How dare you, security guard? Like, how dare you actually use proper strategy? Okay. You're stupid. Like, you might get your health back, but that was perfectly... That was just enough to get us out of condition critical. So, in reality, you're actually kind of stupid. But the thing is, with the way that this game works is, like, whenever you shoot these guys, the bezels that they pick up, they... How do I put it? The bezels that you pick up... Well, the thing is... The bezels that they shoot out, that they pick up, they can shoot out and then pick up again, which is actually... ingenious game design, but also really darn annoying. That's just how the game is designed a bit. Okay, I'm just gonna do this. I mean, if you're gonna like leave your back that exposed, I don't even care. In fact, actually, we'll build up some more. Or okay, you can do that too. Do that, sure. Oh, does like the shield? It adds like a double shield. Interesting. I don't even know if that even made any sense. The shield, it adds like a double shield. Okay, sure. We'll go with that. Alright, we'll do that. Now we can just do like a hero action and you're done for, buddy. Goodbye! There we go. Ah, we got out of that in one piece. Alright, so... which way should we go? Should we go purple or blue? Let's see, purple, I see like a gear. Gear symbolizes that it's going to require a lot of work because it's going to make your brain churn quite a bit. So we're going to go with the blue path. Although that's like a dark alleyway, and you don't want to go through dark alleyways. I realize that the background really has no significance on how tough it's going to be, but whatever. They both lead the same path, so it doesn't matter. We'll go through the blue path. Against better judgment.
Nah, Zephyr.
Sprocket Juggernaut, level 57! Oh no. Oh, that ain't good. Ugh. Oh, and there's a security officer. Okay, we'll take care of the Sprocket Juggernaut. Jump over, you buddy! He's called a Sprocket Juggernaut, I imagine, because of the fact that he has, like, he can shoot, like, rockets or something. Okay, let's see. Yeah, these guys can actually lay on a little bit of hurt, too. Maybe it might be better just to do that. Get the bezel back that way. And then we'll go ahead and do another one. In the air! And 23! I actually added a extra high mount shot to Zephyr so that he could actually spill a high shot mount, whatever they're called, so I could actually do just a little bit more damage, I suppose. Or I could charge just a little bit more. Okay, that should be enough to get rid of you. Now, move on to you. Okay. Now, would it be within my best? Nah, I'll just do this. Call it a day. There we go. Got her bezel back. Alrighty then. Oh, that didn't kill you? Oh, come on. Man, what a bunch of jokers. I must have targeted the other person. Yeah, I was targeting the other lady, I suppose. Alrighty then. Let's see. Yeah, but I've been going on tvtropes.com quite a bit recently. I've actually learned quite a... You'd be amazed at all the different, like, names that they have for, like, tropes and everything. Like, it's not a website, I don't think... Well, maybe that website might actually, like, make up some of their own terms. But usually it's just terms that... Usually it doesn't make up its own terms. It just gives it's just a place to find proper definitions for terms that already exist, I believe. Although I'm sure that some of the terms that they have on there are probably things that, like, were concepts that, like, we all knew of, but we didn't have, like, a proper name for them. Because that exists in language, and not just for video games or movies or anything, but that exists for pretty much anything, I imagine, so... I don't know, it's just one of those things. Now you're dead! It's time for you to die, Mr. Krabs! Haha! Security officer threat suppressed. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Okay, let's see what this next room's gonna be. This... You know, there's always gonna be that one room, not to be confused with that one boss. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, we have 2 level 57s, a level 54, a security oh, this room is... Oh, boy. I'm calling it right now, we're probably gonna end up dying to this room at least 3 times. Well, this guy doesn't... No, yes, he does. He does definitely, most certainly, have long-range stuff. He has long-range stuff, but I think his primary focus is just to plow at you, I suppose. Ow! Stop it, man. That hurts. Okay. Got our bezel back. Level it up. Good. Alrighty, then. Now what we're gonna do is do this again. We actually want to get back as far as possible so that we can... There we go. Charge up a little bit. Jump into the air. And go for the whole 23. The whole 9 yards, buddy. So powerful that even though you're like 8,000... Oh! That actually wasn't that bad. I mean, sure, it took away almost all of her health, but it wasn't that bad in the grand scheme of things. Okay. There we go. There we go. Let's see. Let's see. What should I do? I should probably just... Ah, no! Ow! Ow! Condition critical. It's alright. We can get through this, ladies and gentlemen, I think. I don't know. I wonder what the boss is going to be like, actually. Ow? That kind of hurt just a little bit. Just saying. Alright, just pass. This guy is completely oops. I didn't even mean to... Oh, that's annoying. Okay! You guys have no idea how long it took me to get through that. Like, you have no... It's been near... Like, it might seem hard to believe, but it's been nearly a full hour. Seriously, I'm not even kidding. That was terrible. guys, just as... Oops, I mean to do that. Just to show you just how much time I spent on here. Well, I don't even want to load. Hold on, let's go to this next room. Oh, then boss room is next. Just to put it in perspective for you. If we were to try right now, this is how much money we have. We had like 50,000 beforehand. Oh, boy. Oh, these guys are like level 21 though, so it shouldn't be too bad. Let's just go ahead and take care of these. Anyway. Oh, man. That's terrible. Like, you have no idea. It was absolutely terrible. Depending on how tough the boss is, that'll be whether I go into like another random topic or something. Oh boy, that was absolutely terrible. Like, that was literally one of the worst like non-boss rooms I've ever been in my entire life in this game. My entire life in this game, as if I've been playing this game for like 8,000 years. No, but seriously, it was terrible. Oh my god, I'm so glad I did not force you guys to watch that, because that would have been absolutely terrible. Like, you guys have no idea. Like, there's always just one room in like each of these dungeons that's just like so freaking terrible for no reason other than just to, like, oh man, oh, that was terrible. I hate those tank things. Alright, it's like, sure, have someone that's tanky, but make him like at least the whatchamacallits, at least the what do you call it? At least the walkers, at least, even though they were really tanky, at least they didn't have like a lot of range. Those tanks, they have range and they're tanky. Which is like, it's terrible. Escape hex. Alright, let's go to this boss room. Alright, this guy is the Tri-Stamp, level 73. I think I'm going to use the Colossus technique on this, so use like these gremlins as ways to like build up bezels and then just focus on this guy. Good news is after we beat this guy, we'll have 5 full bezels, which is cool. He's probably going to interrupt us, huh? No, he didn't. Surprisingly. Alright. Can we get it? No, we're not going to be able to finish him off, or not finish him, get a bezel back from taking care of one of these whatchamacallits. Oh well. Too bad. Go like right there. Oh wow, that was actually perfect. I'm surprised that we actually managed to like not get interrupted right there, all things considered. Okay, so now what is this? What is this? Actually does quite a bit of damage. No surprise there. Alrighty then. Next, what I'm going to do is focus on a Poison Gremlin. Take care of you. He has a shield too, so hopefully we can get like 2 bezels back from this. Okay. Poison Gremlin is scratch damaged up. So now we do this, give us a bezel back. A bezel or 2. We only got 1 back. That's alright, we'll take care of this guy too. Alrighty then, jump into the air. Wave your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care, or something like that. Yay! I don't know. Yay! Okay, let's see here. So once we take care of this, we should have 2 full bezels. Oh wait, that was actually kind of a waste now that I think about it, because we're going to be in the same exact position that we were in before. Yeah, we are. Okay. This is actually kind of stupid too, what I'm doing right now. I'm just wasting bezels up a storm. We're probably gonna end up losing. Just calling that out. Just saying that right now, ladies and gentlemen. I wonder, can you use escape hexes in boss rooms? I never quite checked that. I hope that you can though, because one thing that I want to do is be able to just, as I don't want to be forced into a position where I absolutely have to, like, I don't know. I might even need to make another cut in order to keep like the 1 hour thing, maybe. I don't know. Let's see. Zephyr's almost dead. Almost dead to the world. Most of his shield is gone, but okay. I wonder what kind of status effect he can cause on us, huh? So I want to get, like, the perfect whatchamacallit. I want to try to end things off relatively soon. I want to start wrapping things up. All things considered. You know, we gotta beat this guy, or at least try to. Maybe I might end up... Whoa! I broke his gauge already? What the heck? I wasn't expecting to do that. Okay. I was expecting to do that. Oh, but my voice just cracked. Oh boy! Hey guys, I'm still 15 years old apparently. I'm still at that age where my voice cracks like all the time. Well, I don't know. Did my voice crack a lot when I was 15? Maybe it did, I don't know. My voice still cracks all the time now, even, you know, less than 2 weeks away from turning 20. But still. Yeah, actually, at the time of recording this, will be 13 days away. And actually, by the time that this goes live, my birthday will be a week from now, I suppose. I hope I didn't... Yeah, okay, good. There we go. Actually... Okay, we're actually starting to do some scratch damage to, like, the main vessel, his body. Okay. What I want to do, actually, is, use a hand grenade plus on this Joker. 1, 2... Okay, whatever. Man, what a bunch of Jokers! Ah! That didn't do anything, really. That didn't even... Man! Really, what a bunch of Jokers! What a bunch of Jokers right now. Like, how can you... How can, like, what? This game is a joker, man. Like, I tell you, like, this game is such a joker. Alright, let's see. Ow, 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 ow. Please don't cause us to go into condition critical, you jerk. Yeah, okay, let's go back to, like, regular bullets here. Oh, no, don't you dare. I was targeting him. There we go. Okay, we got a bezel back. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is run this way, I suppose. Jump into the air. We're not really gonna do very much. So what I want to do actually is go over towards you. Okay, that's not really gonna do anything for us, huh? Oh, actually, yes it is, because we can break his shield. Nah, we weren't like in a direct position to break his shield, huh? Now we are. There we go. Got our bezel back. Let's see. Vashyron is poisoned again. I still don't know what that does. Run and gun. Well, I've learned that... Oh! Poison does, like, direct damage to you. Oh, no! Yeah, like, that does direct damage to you, man. That is not good. Oh, boy. Like, that is legitimately not good. Oh, man. Yeah, it does. It doesn't do like a lot, but yeah, it's doing direct damage to him. Like, I know I'm probably sounding like a broken record right now, but it's like I'm just so amazed at the fact that that's an actual thing. I am legitimately amazed that that is an actual thing. Okay, come on. Okay, we got a bezel back. Okay, ow. Okay, we're poisoned again. The thing is, if we can just build up enough scratch damage on him. Please don't get in the way, please don't get in the way, please don't get in the way. Alright. Oh my god, Vashyron's about to die, Vashyron's about to die, Vashyron's about to die, Vashyron's... Oh no, don't you dare cheat me out of this game! Don't you dare! Don't you dare cheat me out of this game! I swear, if you do this to me... Oh my god! Oh my god, game, I swear. No. Are you kidding me right now? We will get this eventually, ladies and gentlemen. We'll get through it. We'll get through it. I think. Maybe. I don't know. We'll try to at the very least. Oop. What the heck just happened right there? Let's retry again. That happens sometimes, where it's like, they'll like sort of... Oh, yeah, I keep forgetting. I have to factor in, yeah, I have to factor in the, yep. Okay. That was just my bad on my part with the SciSad. Alright, go this way. hopefully be able to get through it this time. I don't know. Yeah, so I think like when you're in the air, you charge faster, but obviously it's like less concentrated. But when you're on the ground, you charge slower, but you're concentrating on more areas, I suppose. That's why it's good to do a little bit of both, I suppose. I don't know. Yeah, I love how that thing is just in the perfect position to just like not get in your way at all. It's not gonna blow you away either, like you're Yuri Lowell trying to go into overlimit. I'll blow you away! Or something like that, I don't know. I don't know. Do I know, ladies and gentlemen? Maybe I don't. Okay. Yeah, okay, yeah, so the gremlins do get in your way, they just don't interrupt you, like, at all. For one reason or another. Alright. Did we break a, gauge? Was the gauge broken, I wonder? Alright. Here we go. We got a bezel back. Now what we want to do is go this way. Actually, what I want to do is go this way. Yeah, I want to target the areas that are most likely to be attacked by Vashyron. Except for now, he's going to go in the exact opposite direction. Because he's a jerk. That's alright. Okay, shoot. There we go. Got a bezel back. Alright. Now's not the time to get cocky. This guy could just as easily just destroy me. Like, you have no idea how just as easily this guy could still destroy me. Oh, boy. There we go. Straight towards him. Straight on his actual body. Good. Okay. 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 Gotta make sure that my computer screen doesn't actually turn off during a recording. That would I don't think that would actually like mess up anything, but you know, you can never be too careful, I don't think. Okay, we got a bezel back. Zephyr is actually close to like bezeling out actually, but it's alright. What I want to do is we'll go this way. Have him try to move this way. Come on. Move? Are you just gonna stay still? Okay, we better just start laying on the direct damage, or scratch damage on him. Okay. The thing is, he has no shield. He has no shield. He has no shield, so there's nothing protecting him. Direct damage away! You're dead. Gauge broken. Get our thing back. Leader assault. Hero gauge up. You are done for, buddy. Yeah!
はい、君が運んできてくれた店長の星でしゅ。
指輪になさったんですね。
はい。
幸せにはなれましたか？
はい。ただいま幸せ真っ盛りでしゅ。でもこのバーゼルではたくさんの人々が苦しい生活を強いられているんでしゅ。天長の星にはたくさんの人々の幸せを願っているのでしゅが、
あなたがそう願うならきっと叶いますよ。
意外といい雰囲気だね。
一枚取っておいてやるか。
今日は楽しかったでしゅ。
それを受け取ったらデートじゃなくなってしまうでしょ。さあ帰りましょう。
おーい、受け取れよこの野郎。
おい、ナイスデジャブ。どこから湧いて出たこの怪物ども。安心してください。全人類の幸せを願って食らえ、天長の星パンチ。
おい、どうなってんだ。ペーター様。
We get no money for that! Leanne! How dare you do that? We get... Ladies and gentlemen, we only have 19,000. At least she's back. Frickin' idiot! How could you do something like that? Are you kidding me right now? Man! Leanne! You can... No, I'm just... Shut up! Seriously. What a frickin' joker, man. Alright, let's put the auto trigger back on and be right back. Anyway, let's see. What was the word I was gonna... Oh, the random Japanese word for the day is hoshi, which is a star. Not to be confused with hoshi, which is like to want to do something, like to want something. Not to want to do something, but to want something. Your random Japanese word. How could she do something? What a jerk! Like, you might think you're being nice, Leanne, but you're not. Like, I went through all that trouble. I went through 60,000 rubies. 60,000 rubies, all for this. Like, I've been recording for 2 hours, 41 minutes, which is a full hour longer than what I normally do. And I'm gonna have to cut out, like, 8,000 hours of that nonsense, because most of that's just me just being stupid. And just like, Leanne, I'm gonna punch you in the face. Seriously? No, I'm not gonna punch you in the face. That would be rude. Anyway, let's go ahead and go for this random thingy thing of randomness. It's not gonna be like a full-blown awkward topic, because we just don't have the time to do a full-blown awkward topic. So, one thing that I want to talk about. So, relatively recent. So, for one thing that I should mention, ladies and gentlemen, is that I watch a lot of, like, Sega radio show. Oh, I forgot that I actually already went here to get the whatchamacallits. Let's see, who should we visit? Mission memo. Telephone. Okay, level 1 Basilica. Level 7 Core Lift 2. Oh, this is a red one, which means I think we need to, like, fight. This is active. Oh, so this stays with us for, like, ever? I guess so. Miranda. I started working on a new outfit, but after hemming and sawing, I noticed I ran short of materials. Can anyone please gather materials? I wonder what these materials are. I watch a lot of Japanese Seiyu radio shows, which are, one, because, you know, it makes good practice for listening, and two, because, you know, since I wanted to go to Japan to do voice acting work as a career, I'm naturally interested in that stuff. But I highly recommend watching those if you're, like, studying Japanese, because they make good listening practice, assuming that you're interested in that type of stuff. If you're not, like, it's not going to work. You should only use stuff that you're interested in for practice. Or if you speak Japanese, I wouldn't really recommend it for anyone else because those things never get translated. I mean, well, you might be, if you're lucky, you might run into like a Chinese subtitle every now and then, but for the most part, I started working on a new outfit, but after hemming and hawing, I noticed I ran short of materials. Could I ask you to find some fabric straps, say 8 or so? I think we should have enough. Yeah, we have 80. Goodness, you've collected them already? Thank you! I finally got an idea I can work with, too! I'll get to work right away. You can expect great things from my new creations. We got 4,000. First and foremost, what we're going to do is go inside of here and make sure that we're Leanne, because that's how it is. Yeah, but yeah, those things never get translated, so... there we go, now we're Leanne. So, now we're Leanne, so what was I going to say? But, well, first off, well, let's see, we need to go visit someone on level 1? Where exactly is level? That's Basilica, so... Where's mission memo? Level 1 Basilica. That's what I have to look at. His name is Bennett. Okay. So, one thing so it's like, I like, so yeah, but those things never get translated. So anyway, relatively recently, I released recently at the time of recording this, it'll have been 2 weeks since, nearly 2 weeks by the time this goes up. The Seiyu Hanazawa Kana relatively recently celebrated her 200th episode of Hito Kana, or actually, that's just a short title. The full title is Hanazawa Kana no Hitori de Dekiru Kana, or it's like Hanazawa Kana's I Wonder If I Can Do This By Myself. And she recently celebrated her 200th episode, which is, there's going to be a point to this, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. And it's like, it's not like most Seiyu radio shows that air like once a week or so. This is something that airs like once, I think we need to go to Core Lift 1. It's something that airs once every other week. So in order to get to 200 episodes, you have to do quite a bit. She started it back in January of 2008. Which is kind of hard to believe, because she would have only been 18, like a month away from turning 19 at the time. So I'm technically older than her, considering I'm turning 20. And, you know, a week by the time that this goes up, but a little less than 2 weeks when I'm recording this. But anyway, at the, towards the beginning... Like, this is the way to go to level 1 Basilica, right? Like, we're on level 3 right now, and we need to get higher. Okay, yeah, there's the elevator to level 2. like, does this lead us to right where we need to go? Like, Basalika sounds familiar. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we need to do this. So what was I saying? But like at the beginning of the radio show, she was elevator level 3. There's the elevator level, and we're gonna need to make stuff. At the beginning of the episode, at the beginning of the thing, she was like reading fan letters because that's a common thing to do when say a radio shows. Like usually the premise, like usually how most of them work is like you start out, you like do like your standard introduction, you may have like free talk for a little bit, and then you move on to like then you have like your theme song that plays. Well, actually, the theme song is usually playing when you're doing your free talk, but like then they just let it play out for a little bit, and then that's yellow, right? So why can't we put this? That is yellow, right? Oh, we need, like, these, huh? Yeah, we need those. We don't have those. I wonder if we can buy them. Let's try to go down. Well, actually, we probably can't, so let's just... I don't know, let's just, like, kill off some enemies while I'm talking here, I suppose. Just do some free talking. Like, maybe go to the arena, I suppose? But, like... well, I don't know. I think what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go back to level 5, since we're so overloaded, and just do, like, free talk for a little bit. Not too much, though, considering that we're getting close. Like, I don't want to, like, end up having, like, an hour, 77-minute episode. That would be 2 hours and 7 minutes, though, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, but yeah, so she was reading this letter, and there's this one person who said, you know, like, oh, when you started this back in January, I was middle school age, and now I'm a second-year college student. You know, that freaked out everyone. Everyone was like, because, even though, like, she normally records in, like, a, in a studio, because this was, like, a 200th episode, she recorded in front of, like, a live audience, everyone was like, whoa! And I imagine this must have been even crazier for her, because, like, these guys are level 9, this is kind of ridiculous, this is such overkill. Like, she was this must be even crazier for her, though, because, like, this person who was middle school age when she started is now technically older than the age that she was when she started, which I imagine would make her feel very old. But anyway, I was watching that a few days ago. Like, I went after that whole shindig, I went to sleep. Oops, that was really stupid on my part. I went to sleep because, like, I was watching this late at night. Like I turned off my computer. I started watching some Northern Lion videos on my phone as I go to sleep, as I usually do, and then. So, while I was while I was sleeping, I went down and, let's go to the Forest of Idols. So then I woke up the next day and I went on my computer, and I sort of had this epiphany. I actually have content on YouTube that's older than that, ladies and gentlemen. Like, I've mentioned before that I have that second channel, which I don't really upload on. I haven't uploaded on that channel since 2009. But I still use it for, like, watching videos and commenting, because I believe it's a lot easier to comment on videos when you're, you know, as just like a regular person, not like a content creator type person. And so, anyway, what was I saying? So after I, let's see, what was I saying? So after, you know, like, I have that other channel, which, like, I started doing, like, I guess I'll just do, like, a brief run through of, like, my Let's Play, whatchamacallit. I started doing Let's Plays back in September, or January 2009. I did, like, one video on that channel, but then I stopped. I rebooted, I started again during the summer 2009, and then I stopped, and then I created this channel in the summer 2010, just before my sophomore year of high school, and then I rebooted it again during November 2013, during my first year of college. But yeah, this is actually, you know, we'll be coming up on 2 years soon, which is kind of crazy to believe. I didn't celebrate the 5-year anniversary of this channel because I didn't think it was that important. I will celebrate the 2-year anniversary when I rebooted the channel because, I don't know, I think that's a lot more important, in my opinion. So, anyway, moving on. Like, before I did, like, Let's Play things, that other channel I created back in February 2007, I don't know, like, why I keep saying September. February 2007, and, actually, when I created it, I just created it just to be able to comment on videos, but sometime during 2007, 2008, I actually did a bit of stuff which you can't really see. Like, I edited, like, Super Mario 64 machinimas, I did, like, the Sonic the Hedgehog AMV, and I just realized, like, that Sonic, like, I watched that Sonic the Hedgehog AMV, like, after I had this epiphany, and I just thought, this video is older than her radio show, which is old enough that someone who was middle school age when she started the radio show, is now a second-year high school student, or second-year college student. I'm just like, I remember when I made that video, ladies and gentlemen. Like, I remember, basically, oh, I did it again. Oops, I did it again. I gave you my heart, I'm not that innocent. Like, I remember when I created that video, I used to frequent game trailers. Does game trailers allow you to, like, upload, like, people to upload, like, amateur content anymore? Well, they could back in 2007. And so there's this guy named Sunny who did, like, these, like, Sonic the Hedgehog, like, AMV type videos. And, like, it inspired me to make one of my own. I thought they were really great, but probably by modern standards they probably aren't that great. But I'd still say that they'd probably still be somewhat impressive, I imagine. I just remember spending all that time on Windows Movie Maker because that's all that I had at the time, just stitching that video together, like getting all the music, you know, getting all the different pictures and everything, and it's just like, that video is older than, you know, like, than a radio show, which I'm talking in circles at this point, but it's like, it just made me realize that. And then, like, I actually had content on that channel which I've since deleted, like the Mario 64 machinimas and the Sonic AMV, those are still available on the channel. It's just that they are privated. But I actually had some other content that I uploaded before then that I deleted because, I don't know. Like, I did, like, some, like, Super Mario 64, like, DS, like, I recorded my DS with, like, a camcorder. Like, I did, which was really stupid. I had, like, Ultimate Spider-Man, on the DS, I remember. Like, it wasn't even, like, commentary stuff. It was just, like, I would record for, like, 2 minutes with, like, with my, not a Dazzle, with my flip video camera, and then, like, I would record for, like, 2 minutes, and then I'd post it, and I'd have, like, some stupid music that I could get from YouTube, and just call it a day. It was terrible. I did that for Ultimate Spider-Man for the DS, for Star Wars Episode 3 for the DS. Actually, one time, I took, like, an issue of Shonen Jump, right? And I took an issue of Shonen Jump, and it was a Naruto chapter, and I took my camcorder and I recorded that. Like, I just hovered my camcorder over, like, the page of the chapter. It was like when Lee was fighting Gaara during the Chunin exams, and it was just like, oh my god. And it was, like, first of all, that's incredibly illegal. Second of all, even at that time there were like high quality scans, but I just did that for some reason, and it's just like, all that content is older than a radio show, and I'm just like, it just gave me this big, like, existential crisis. In fact, then I realized that this channel is 5 years old. I'll be celebrating my 2 years since I rebooted the channel in November. It's kind of crazy. Come this December, it'll have been 2 years since I met, like, Andrew, Can, and Fitz, and Vex. And come this January, it'll have been 2 years since I met Kratos and Nobi. It's like, what the heck? Where is the time going, man? I'm just thinking, you know, like, you know, in December, or like November 2025 or 2020, I could get that same message, right? Like, someone is like, oh, I did that stupid thing again. Why? Oh my goodness. Oh well, we have 5 bezels. It's not even that big of a deal. It really isn't. But it's like, I'm trying to do as much damage as I can with Leanne so that I can level her up a little bit while I'm doing this. I was just like, what the heck? And like, I where was it going? Like 2 years, and it's like, yeah, like in 2020 someone could say the same thing, because I was relatively pretty much like the same age that Hanazawa Kana was when she started her radio show. The only difference is that she was like a month away from turning 19, where I was 18 at the time, but I was, you know, I had just turned 18 like 2 months before then, you know. Anyway, but, you know, moving on, it was like, they could be like, oh, you know, I was in middle school when, like, when you created, I've been watching you since you started Red Dead Redemption. It was so crazy, so amazing, and, you know, like, I'm a second-year college student now. It's like, what the heck? You know, like, I'm a third-year college student, so I was pretty much in the same age as that, pretty much in the same group as, I'm pretty much like the same age as that one guy who's like a second year. In fact, because of, like, I'm pretty sure that, you know, because of, like, the differences in Japanese education, because, like, Japan school starts in April as opposed to the fall, like here in the US, we could have probably ended up being in the same grade had I, like, started school during the Japanese system. Like, I just barely made class of 2013, ladies and gentlemen. Like, I went to private school, because, like, the cutoff date, because, my parents were military, so I moved around quite a bit. The cutoff date for and during the year 2000, when I started kindergarten, I lived in Florida, and the cutoff date for public school there was September 1st. If you were born before September 1st, you could start school. But like private school was like, because of private school, I was able to start. You could they extended it to September 21st, and me being born September 14th, I was able to do it. I just barely made that cutoff date, but I could just as easily have been the same age as the other guy. And it's just like, geez, like someone could do the same thing for these videos. Like, one, it just made me think that I have videos that are older than a radio show, and two, like, you know, like in 2020, which isn't even that far away, you know. Let's see, what I'll be 25 then. I'll be 25 then. Kind of crazy to believe. It's like, I don't even know where I'll be in 2020 or when I'm that old. Ideally, I like to say that, you know, I would be in Japan doing voice acting work and getting enough roles that I can maintain a visa and not get deported or anything of that sort. They don't like deport me or anything, which I think is very much possible by 2020. By 2020, I will have gotten a lot more practice doing voice acting work. I definitely would have achieved fluency enough to do voice acting work by then anyway. Like, honestly, like at the rate that things are going, I think that I should be able to achieve conversational fluency by probably this time next year if I keep at it. Like, cause there's a lot that I can do. It's just there's a lot that I can't do at the same time. So I'm sort of like I'm at this weird intermediate position in Japanese where it's like there's a lot that I can do, but there's a lot that I can't do. Like, you know, like I can translate this stuff for you guys. Like, it's a little hard at times, but you know, I can provide relatively accurate translations for the dialogue that these guys are saying in this game, things of that. So I can play like a Zelda game without having too much issues. You know, I've sort of slowly but surely been creeping my way through Kata wa Shoujo, like in Japanese. I did it because, you know, I like the game. I've already seen it in English, so I know what's going on for the most part. So it's like, you know, I've been learning quite a bit of it. I've been learning quite a bit through that, and it's like, yeah, and you know, at present time, I don't really have like that thick of an American accent. Like, I'd say like when it comes to Japanese, I have like 90% Japanese, 10% American accent, which, you know, as it stands now, that wouldn't even really limit me from being stuck to doing like generic foreigners in anime or whatnot. I think that I could still do it with my current accent. And really, though, I think whatever foreignness I have whenever I speak Japanese, most of that comes from just inexperience and just like a pure flat-out accent, I think. But moving on, it's like, I'll hopefully, and I think that if I were to go to Japan and if I were to go to Japan and assuming that I did not only hang out with English-speaking foreigners, which I don't think I would do. I mean, I'm not gonna be like, oh, you're an English-speaking foreigner, get out of my face. But you know, ideally, I'd like to have a decent Japanese friend base so I can improve the language, so I don't end up being like one of those people, you know. That's like a common misconception that people have. Like, if you go to a language, they think that if you go to a foreign country, you'll automatically get better at the language. But no, you have to go to a foreign country and actively engage with the language. There are people, you'd be surprised at the people who've been living in, like, I don't know, like China for 20 years, and their Chinese has actually gotten worse since when they moved there, because they learned enough to get by, and then, like, after that, they sort of just, like, they learned enough to get by, and then after that, they sort of only hung out with, like, English-speaking people. Maybe their wives or husbands spoke English pretty well, so they didn't even have to speak Chinese at home, and it's like, yeah. But I think that in a month's time for living in Japan, assuming that I did not only hang out with English-speaking foreigners, I could reduce that American accent to maybe 3% in about 2 months' time, I think. I don't know, but yeah, not just one of those things. But yeah, that's where I'd ideally like to be. That doesn't necessarily mean that I'll be there, though, because if I were to use, like, my past as an example, like, usually wherever I see myself being isn't exactly where I'll be. That doesn't necessarily mean that by 2020 I won't be in Japan. That does not necessarily mean that by 2020 I won't be doing voice acting work, but it might be a little different. I might end up doing voice acting work for like a little bit. I might still be doing like voice acting work on the side, but I might have discovered that I actually wanted to be like a kimono designer or something, so then I design kimonos. I mean, that's always a possibility. I don't see that, because I don't really have that artistic... I have a creative side to me, but not necessarily like an artistic side, if you will. So, I don't know, I don't think that's possible, but it's always a possibility. You can't knock it till you try it, right? But yeah, like, I just imagine like that, like, it's like one thing that it's hard to imagine, like, you know, like, each and every one of your videos have the potential of being that old. Like, as a content creator, you don't really think about that. I mean, you know that it's there, but when the reality hits, like, oh, I created this video, I remember spending all this time making this video, and it's been frickin' 8 years since I made it. Once that reality hits, it's really crazy. And, you know, each and every one of these videos that I have, assuming that YouTube doesn't get taken down or anything of that sort, knock on wood, those videos will still be there. Like, you only really think of, like, maybe, like, the immediate future when you make videos. Like, you think, like, you do plan out stuff, like, a couple months in advance, but, like, for the most part, most of your focus is on the immediate. Like, okay, so I recorded this video, now I have a week's worth of videos to make, or I did a recording session of a week's worth of videos to make, I'll upload it over this time, and then after that I'll just focus on the next videos. Like, that's all you really focus on. You don't really take the time to sit back and think, oh, you know, this video, which is at the time of recording this, is so new that it's not even new to you guys yet. Like, at the time of recording this, the first episode of this recording session hasn't even been edited yet. I haven't even edited the audio for this yet. And it's like, it's kind of crazy to think, and it's like, I don't know, maybe I'm just not making any sense right now, but it's like, and it's, I don't know, for any of you guys who are content creators, have you guys ever, like, wanted to, like, go back and, like, watch any of your, like, older series? Like, I want to just take the time to just sit back and watch my Sonic Adventure DX series again. That and my Bayonetta series. I want to watch those again. Maybe Dead Space. Actually, I kind of want to watch all of them, but, like, I'd say, like, my priority list is Sonic Adventure DX, Bayonetta, and, Bayonetta, and then maybe Dead Space. Actually, one thing that I should mention, ladies and gentlemen, is go back to some of those first episodes of Ace Attorney Justice for All and compare the voice acting that I did in those compared to Trials and Tribulations, and you'd be amazed at just how different they are. Like, I went back to some of those old Justice for All videos, I was like, wow, I was legitimately trying, and it's like, I mean, not all of my line readings in my Trials and Tribulations series are good, but at least I'm consciously aware of when I do, like, a bad line reading. But, you know, Justice for All, like, I didn't know, like, that I was reading all those lines so poorly. I just did, and it's crazy. I don't know. I've grown a lot. Like, when I created this channel, when I rebooted this channel back in 2013, I was in a very different place, you know. I was an engineering major, didn't really want to do that. I was at a university I didn't even really want to be in at the time. It was like 900 miles away from home, which that in and of itself doesn't bother me. Having grown up with military parents, that in and of itself doesn't bother me. But because I was forced to go there, more or less, that 900-mile difference made it all the more apparent, I think. I mean, heck, I wanted to do a career in a country that's a 13-hour flight away from home, so it's not even that big of a deal. Honestly, as I've gotten older and my friends are going off, like, joining the military, getting careers, you know, doing whatever, like, and as, like, more and more new buildings are being made and everything, this place is starting to feel less and less like home. So I don't really think that I could I've enjoyed the memories that I've had here, but I can move on just perfectly fine. That won't really. I've never noticed it with this lighting. I thought that there was like a blockade or something. Anyway, let's see. Is there anything else that we want to do before I wrap things up? And it's just like, let's go ahead and sell some stuff, I suppose. And it's just like, yeah, like all this, like I was an engineering major, and then honestly, even though my first year of college, which technically, academically speaking, doesn't even exist as far as I'm concerned, even though I'm technically a third year college student, I'm basically a second year because all those classes were engineering related, and now that I'm like majoring in Japanese and Chinese, that has nothing to do with anything. But while I was going through that, it's like the first year, it was quite a bit. It was probably one of the most pivotal moments of my limited life so far. Knock on wood, I'll live a lot longer and healthier. More. That's not really good English, but I don't care. And it's like, let's see, what to do. We need to sell some stuff for rubies. And it's like, we don't really need these anymore, do we? Yeah, I doubt that we're gonna need those. Says this in the very next, whatchamacallit, we're gonna end up needing one of those. Yeah, but then, like, I rebooted my YouTube channel, like, I met some pretty cool people, you know, like Andrew Can, and, Kratos, who's kind of cool, and Nobi, and everything, and, let's see, I think that's all the sellable stuff for the most part. All the stuff that they say sell for rubies. Let's go ahead and scrap some stuff. And then, like, you know, then I got interested in doing voice acting work, and I got back into Japanese, and decided to do voice acting work in Japan and everything. All that happened, it's like, a very pivotal moment. It's like, it's really weird to think about, I think. And it's like, you know, like, soon enough, this video itself will be like 7 years old. It's like, just watching that just gave me this existential crisis, and it's just like, I don't know, I don't really say this quite a bit, but I just want to say, if you've been supporting me throughout since like 1972, or if you just started yesterday, I want to say thank you for all of that. I don't know why I decided to get all like sappy, but just thank you for supporting me through all of this. I mean, I know that not all of my Resonance of Fate videos have been that amazing. I've been actively trying to make this recording session better than any of the previous ones, but I don't know if it really has been. But, you know, just moving on. Anyway, cutscene, and then we'll wrap things up.
ゼニスの寿命管理システムにアクセスするための作業に入ります。指輪は大丈夫です。指輪そのものの形状を利用しているので、指輪自体に変化や損傷が起こることはありません。そうではない。いつできるのかと聞いている。まだ数ヶ月はかかるかと思われます。そうか。我々人間はクォーツを介してゼニスに管理されています。ゼニスを操作すれば寿命を伸ばすことも短くすることも可能になるわけですが、クォーツが割れるだけで人間は死ぬ。そうです。我々は自分のクォーツを発見し安全に確保しなければなりません。クォーツは新生児の産声とリンクして誕生することは分かっているのですが、成人となるとしらみつぶしに行くしかありません。年代別に配置の法則性があることが唯一の救い。最後は力仕事、時間との勝負といったところか。
You know, I really hope that Pater didn't die. Cause, like, I like Pater. Like, I'd say Therese is my favorite because she's like, the only really normal, Cardinal. But I also like, let's go ahead and rest. I also like Pater. I hope he didn't actually, like, die. I hope that he just had, like, a random heart attack and, like, okay, well, you know, with our advanced technology that we sort of have, that since you're, like, a Cardinal, we're gonna put everything back to normal. I don't know. Let's go ahead and, save, why don't we? I don't know what that was. That was like flying out of here. You can't fly out of here! You can't fly out of here! Okay, so this is chapter 8, right? We're in chapter 8? Oh, we're almost next to the next, whatchamacallit, actually. Is this chapter 8? Yeah, it is. Okay, so we just finished chapter 8. We're past the halfway mark of this series now. This is a 16-chapter game. I guess that'll be it for now. If there's anything else I have to say, I don't know, add an annotation or anything, but yeah, just food for thought for the awkward topic and everything, which was basically a full-blown awkward topic, and I don't know, just leave it at that. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, you know, actually, one thing that I want to do is, I've been thinking about this, ladies and gentlemen. I kind of want to change the name that I call the subscriber base, like, cause I've been calling it the Elven Brotherhood, right, since what is it? Since Red Dead Redemption. I kind of want to change it to Team Strawberry, but I kind of I want to change it to Team Strawberry because Team Strawberry, for those of you who don't know if you're new to my channel, that's what I call like the party that's what I call like my main party in JRPGs. But I actually kind of want to call the whatchamacallit that. So I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna leave a poll and see if you guys want to keep the Elven Brotherhood thing or switch over to the Team Strawberry thing, and I'll talk about this in Ace Attorney as well. Because it's like, I think that fits more. The only reason I haven't changed it already is because I've been calling you guys the Elven Brotherhood since that episode of Red Dead Redemption that probably went live in February 2014, and considering that it's September 2015, it's like, it feels kind of silly to just randomly change it, but if you guys want to, I'll be sure to do that. I don't know. I kind of want to change it, really. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Anyway, without further ado, let's go to. I'm still going to keep calling you guys the Elven Brotherhood until it changes officially. But I think that calling you guys giving you guys like a proper name and the Team Strawberry and addressing you guys as that might make things feel a bit more personal. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and end things off here. So if you like this video, this series of videos, please feel free to leave a like if you thought it was cool. Please feel free to subscribe and join the Elven Brotherhood today. Also follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/MegaShadowFist. I'll be sure to leave that in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is MegaShadowFist signing out. Bye!